A shop sells umbrellas. The scattergraph shows information about the number of umbrellas sold each week and the rainfall that week in millimetres. Describe the relationship between the rainfall and umbrellas sold. So the first thing I'm going to do with the scattergraph is I'm going to draw a line of best fit, and that will tell me the correlation or the relationship between the two variables. So you would get your ruler. I'm just going to get a line, and you're going to put it in the general direction of where the crosses are going. But you want to make sure that there's an equal amount of points each side. Now the general direction I reckon is probably about here, okay? It's not quite here because you've got lots of points in this direction over here. So it's going to be a little bit more slanted than that. So it's going to be more like this. Now I need to try and get an equal amount of points on each side. So let's count how many points there are altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I want to try and aim for 7 on each side. Okay, so if I pop it there, let's have a look. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. I'm just going to move it slightly, and again you will get a bit of leeway in your exam for this. And that's probably too much. Let's try that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that side. Move it slightly across again. Let's try that one now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So about 7 on each side. So you just keep moving your ruler until you are happy. So there's my line of best fit. And you can clearly see that as the rainfall increases, the number of umbrellas sold increases. So they're both increasing. As one variable increases, the other variable increases. We call this positive correlation. If it was as one increases, the other decreases, that would be negative correlation. Pop that there. What is the most number of umbrellas sold in 1 week? So we go to the number of umbrellas sold, and the most number of umbrellas sold is going to be the highest point, which is this point here. And let's have a go across. In fact, I'm going to draw this with a line, so you can do this with a line as well. With your ruler, draw a line from the highest point there we go. So it's going to be, there's 105, there's 120, so we're going, that's up by 15 there. Which means if one big square is up by 15 and there's 5 squares, then each little one is going to be 3. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. That's correct. So 3, 6, 9. So we're going to be adding on 9 to 105. 105 add 9 is 114. So the max number of umbrellas sold, the most number of umbrellas sold in 1 week was 114. What is the greatest amount of rainfall in 1 week? So here's my rainfall. So I want the biggest number, the biggest cross over here in this direction, and the biggest one is going to be here, this one here. Again, get a line, get your ruler, draw it down, read it off. There we go. So this time we're going up from 12 to 13. That's up 1, so each little square must be 0.2. So I've got 12.2468, 12.8 millimetres. How many weeks did the shop sell over 105 umbrellas? So let's get another ruler. Let's go to 105 and let's draw a line across. So how many weeks did the shop sell over 105? So anything over that line, how many crosses above that line? That's 1, 2, 3 weeks. 3 weeks above that line. In another week, there was 6 millimetres of rainfall. Estimate the number of umbrellas sold. Now this is where we're using our line of best fit, so definitely if you haven't done your line of best fit already, you need to have done it now. Estimate the number of umbrellas sold for 6 millimetres of rain. Let's get, I'm going to do a yellow line this time, and we're going for 6 millimetres of rain, so up from 6. That's there, and I also need to go, once I hit my line of best fit, I then need to go across as well. Let's just move that down so it's more accurate. There we go, that looks about right. So we've got 45, and then remember each of the little tiny squares was 3, so 45, 48, 51. So I would estimate it as 51. Now that is specific to my line of best fit. Your line of best fit might be slightly different, so you might have a slightly different answer. Okay. Explain why it may not be appropriate to use your line of best fit to estimate the number of umbrellas sold in a week with 25 millimetres of rainfall. So if you have a look, this graph, we only have data actually up to this point, which is just under 13 millimetres. Okay. So this is what we call extrapolation. And that's when you predict data outside of the data set given. And it's unreliable because we haven't got proof that the trend continues. Now, this is opposed to interpolation, which is what we were doing in part A. We were predicting inside the data set. So there's 2 definitions that you need to be really clear on there.